excitement.
And it's on, girl. Say no, 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 no. Say
Yeah. I don't know which one to film. That's anything there yet. Taking the really long route. And there.
Good afternoon, everyone. May I take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to you all to St Audrey's Park on this very special day for Nick and Sophie. This room in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law of this country for the celebration of marriages. If I could ask the bride and groom to remain standing, everyone else will remain. On behalf of Nick and Sophie, I would like to thank you all for being here today to share in their happiness, in their hopes for the future, and to witness the commitment they are making to each other for the rest of their lives. I'm Nathan Murphy, and it is my pleasure to be here today to conduct this marriage ceremony. My colleague Shakira is here to ensure the legality of the marriage and enter the details into the register for all time. Yes, and it's in indelible ink as well. So, Nick, if you could give me your full name. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick and Sophie have found in each other happiness, fulfilment, and love. As a consequence of this, they now wish to affirm their relationship and offer to each other the security which comes legally binding vows, sincerely made and faithfully kept. To proceed, I must ask if any person here present knows of any lawful impediment why they should not be joined in matrimony. You should declare it now. It's not you know. You invited the right people, so that's We now have our first reading. This is called These I Can Promise, and it's read by Jess. Would you like to come on up, Jess? Don't step on the grass.
These I Can Promise by Mark Twain. I cannot promise you a life of sunshine. I cannot promise you riches, wealth, or gold. I cannot promise you an easy pathway that leads away from change or growing old. But I can promise you all my heart's devotion, a smile to chase away your tears of sorrow, a love that's true and ever growing, a hand to hold in yours through each tomorrow.
Nick and Sophie, before you are joined in matrimony, it is my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man with one woman, voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. I am now going to ask each of you to declare that you know of no lawful reason why you should not be joined in matrimony to each other. And Nick, it's your privilege this afternoon to go first, so if you could repeat after me. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Nicholas Dennis Hopton, may not be joined in matrimony to Sophia Isabel Bainbridge. And Sophia, please repeat after me. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Sophia Isabel Bainbridge, may not be joined in matrimony to Nicholas Dennis Hopton. And you can proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, entering into marriage is obviously a very personal decision, but a large part of its importance is its public recognition by others. So before you all now, I ask Nick, do you promise to love, honour and respect Sophia, remaining faithful to her throughout your lives together?
I do.
And Sophia, do you promise to love, honour and respect Nicholas, remaining faithful to him throughout your lives together? We now come to the moment when Nick and Sophie will make their marriage contract with each other. So if I could ask the witnesses Louise and Lucy to come forward. I'd like to stand on this side, and Lucy, would like to stand on this side. And Nick, again, we're going to be repeating after me, but perhaps you'd like to turn and face each other now. So after me. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Nicholas Dennis Hopton, do take thee, Sophia Isabel Bainbridge, to be my lawful wedded wife. And Sophie, if you could repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Sophia Isabel Bainbridge, do take thee, Nicholas Dennis Hopton, to be my lawful wedded husband. Thank you, and thank you, witnesses, for your support. So we now come to the exchange of rings. This is the traditional way of sealing the marriage contract that Nick and Sophie have just made. The wedding ring is an unbroken circle. It has no beginning and no end. It symbolises unending and everlasting love, and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that Nick and Sophie have made to each other. Now, Nick and Sophie have written their own vows, which they will now make. So Sam, if we could have the rings, if you could give Nick Sophie's ring first, if you could place that on the tip of her ring finger and hold it there for a moment. Speaking directly to her, but repeat after me, so a bit more multitasking. Nick, today I promise to be your husband.
Today I promise to be your husband,
To share your joy and sorrow.
to share your joy and sorrow,
To be loving, faithful and honest.
to be loving, faithful and honest,
And to always respect your opinion.
and to always respect your opinion,
When it is right and when it is wrong. Please be proud to wear this ring.
Please be proud to wear this ring.
And remember,
And remember,
it means you have my love
it means you have my love
and support and attention.
and support and attention,
Even if it dulls over the years,
even if it dawns over the years.
know that the meaning
Know
grows.
that we are
Because we are together as loving husband and wife.
together as a living husband and wife.
And if you'd like to pass the ring on. Lovely. And if we could have Nick's ring for Sophie. If you'd like to place that on the tip of the ring finger and repeat after me. Today I promise to be your wife.
Today I promise to be your wife,
To share your joy and sorrow.
to share your joy and sorrow,
To be loving, faithful and honest.
to be loving, faithful and honest,
And to always respect your opinion.
and to always respect your opinion,
Even when I know you are wrong. Please feel proud to wear this ring.
please feel proud to wear this ring.
And remember, it means you have my love and support.
And remember, it means you have my love and support.
That no matter where this adventure takes us,
That no matter where this adventure takes us,
we will be together as husband and wife.
we will be together as husband and wife.
Would you like to speak to me? It does fit. We come now to another reading, and this is called A Lovely Love Story, and it's read for us by Marie.
A lovely love story. A fierce dinosaur was trapped inside his cage of ice. Although it was cold, he was happy in there. It was, after all, his cage. Then along came the lovely other dinosaur. The lovely other dinosaur melted the dinosaur's food with kind words and loving thoughts. I like this dinosaur, thought the lovely other dinosaur. Although he was fierce, he was also tender, and he was funny. He is also quite clever, though I will not tell him this for now. I like this lovely other dinosaur, thought the dinosaur. She is beautiful, and she is different, and she smells so nice. She is also a free spirit, which is a quality I must admire in a dinosaur. But he can be so distant and so peculiar at times, thought the lovely other dinosaur. He is also overly fond of things. Not all dinosaurs so overly fond of things. But her mind skips from here to there so quickly, thought the dinosaur. She is also uncommonly keen on shopping. Are all lovely other dinosaurs so uncommonly keen on shopping? I will forgive his peculiarity and his concern for things, thought the lovely other dinosaur, for they are part of what makes him a richly charactered individual. I will forgive her skipping mind and her fondness for shopping, thought the dinosaur, for she fills our life with beautiful thoughts and wonderful surprises. Besides, I am not unkeen on shopping either. Now the dinosaur and the lovely other dinosaur are old. Look at them. Together they stand on the hill, telling each other stories and feeling the warmth of the sun on their backs. And that, my friends, is how it is in love. Let us all be dinosaurs and lovely other dinosaurs together, for the sun is warm and the world is a beautiful place.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please stand? Nick and Sophie, you have both made solemn and binding promises with each other in the presence of your witnesses business, your family, and your friends. May you treasure this trust and responsibility, and may you live rich and full lives together. It now gives me very great pleasure to announce that you are husband and wife. And
I think it's about to exit time.
There is one more official duty for the registrars to perform, and this is the presentation of the wedding certificate. This is officially the property of the bride. Generally, they are so I think we're going to give it to your groom to look after for now, and give it back to your best man. There you go. Is it a chance to read the small print just on this one? No, there's no one. So if I can ask you all please to stand for one last time. As they lead you out and on to your further celebrations, I'm sure you would like to join me in congratulating them once again, the new Mr. and Mrs. Hopton.
please be upstanding for your wide room, Mrs. Nick Hopton.
So, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Is that it? Yes? Okay. Right. It's exactly 12 months ago today that I spoke to Nick on the phone whilst Sophie was out shopping, when he said, "There's a question I want to ask you, but there wasn't really an opportunity over Christmas. When we were away on holiday in Snowdonia over New Year, I'd like to propose to your daughter." There was a long silence. Then he added somewhat urgently, "Sophie, that is." Of course, I had no doubt which of my daughters he was referring to. He said, "I was absolutely delighted, and I meant it from the bottom of my heart." Searching questions about the groom's prospects are, of course, wholly inappropriate in these days of equality and independence. But that was not necessarily the case 35 years ago, and Nick's question reminded me of a story about one of my uncles who had 2 daughters. When the boyfriend of his older daughter took him aside and asked permission to propose, he proceeded to quiz the young man about his career prospects and financial security. Taking these questions very seriously, he produced all the correct answers and was given his blessing. Some years later, the boyfriend of the younger daughter took my uncle aside and asked permission to propose. My uncle again set about quizzing this young man in the same way. Though happy to outline his career plans for the future, he then added, "Well, with regard to finances, to be completely honest, I have to say that I had plenty of money until I started dating your daughter." My uncle had no answer to this, so gave him his blessing. It was both courteous and respectful of Nick to ask my permission, was also very exciting to be let into the big secret, one I had to work hard to conceal my tone of voice during the 2 subsequent phone calls I had with Sophie before she rang me in the early hours of January the 1st to tell me the news. In 2008, I attended the wedding of a mature friend, and as part of her wedding vows, she spoke some words that lodged in my mind. "Do not walk in front of me, I may not want to follow. Do not walk behind me, I may not want to lead. Walk beside me and be my friend." There is no doubt in my mind that Sophie and Nick are the greatest of friends. Over the past 7 years, I've observed them enjoy all manner of fun and excitement, succeed in their careers, fulfill travel plans, support each other in difficulty and sorrow, experience both togetherness and separation, and watch their relationship develop and mature. As a daughter, Sophie has been a live wire since day one, keeping me on my toes in the most delightful and rewarding way. Always positive, curious, and intensely active, she revealed a keen sense of humour over only 6 months in a fit of giggles that lasted 10 minutes. And at the time, I thought I might have to nip her down to A&E. A keen interest in books developed through avid reading and story writing and is now evident in her career. And she shared my intense interest in music by developing considerable pianistic talents at a very young age. She has been a great friend, great fun, and a daughter to be proud of as a child, teenager, and adult. If I had to choose a life partner for Sophie to match her complement her drive, talent, creativity and personality. I couldn't pick a better man for the job. I think they are absolutely right for each other, and it is so nice to have a son-in-law who is so completely personable. I also think they are very good at bridging a generation gap. I'm certain they will enjoy life to the full and contribute wholeheartedly to the lives of those around them, both personally and professionally. And on that note, I would like to propose a toast for a long, happy and lasting marriage to Sophie and Nick.
Thank you very much, Louise. And I promised I wouldn't start with a joke, but now for the speech that you have all been waiting for. Sam? That was lovely, thank you, Nick, genuinely. Thank you all for coming. It means an awful lot to Sophie and I to have so many people here, our family and friends, sharing the day with us and being here to just be part of what I can only describe as Sophie's big day. We are well aware that we're between Christmas and New Year. We're local to absolutely not a single one of you. We're on a floodplain. It's amazing that you all probably got through an awful lot to get here. It is much appreciated. So thank you very much. It's also very slightly odd for me to be standing here speaking on behalf of myself and Sophie. It's probably the first and last time I'll be able to do that. I'll try and do that as much justice as I can. But I must say, the organising of this day has been a lot of fun. I've had a bit of stress, but I've got through it, and I'm pleased that you're all having a good day. So thanks very much. And Sophie's done a bit too. That's probably why I'm not allowed to speak on her behalf. I genuinely can't take too much credit. Sophie's done worked so hard and massively so, and not that much in the way of tears to go along with it. So I have to say well done to her. So before I go on, I wanted to try and give you a flavour, maybe of how I first met Sophie and what first attracted me to her, and hopefully, or perhaps her to me as well. Sophie was dressed as an 80s dancer. I was dressed as a pirate. And so it was clearly fit. Maybe not, but it seemed to work well. We were out with a group of my friends. I was part of the Scuba Diving Club, and we were out for one of our social drinks in town in Cardiff. And they were in the process of arranging an impromptu piggyback race to the next bar, which is not something we did too often, but it was good fun when we did. Before I could look around to try and catch the eye of the girl dressed as an 80s dancer that I'd been speaking to previously, someone leapt onto my back, scream charge, and off we went. It was Sophie. Yes, we did win the race. We can ask her. She hasn't lost her competitive nature either. She's still very Now, I don't want to get into any trouble, so mainly my role today is to say thank yous and propose some toasts, I believe. So I hope you've all got your full glasses charged. Don't get rid of it all at once. There's quite a few thank yous to go through. So try to sip small sips if you can. Now, first of all, it has to be thank you to Sophie. Firstly, for the story that she went through, that's not at all any embellishments. I did clarify which daughter I was talking about. There was a very long pause. What Louise didn't mention is how out the blue I think it was. She phoned the landline to speak to Sophie, and they normally arrange this, and Sophie was out. So straight out of the blue, I chose my moment to ask if I would ask her daughter to marry me. Your reaction was fantastic. You did very well. And, to be fair, it's too late now. As a token of our thanks and appreciation for that and support and generally being there for us as a couple, we have got some gifts around and about which are here. So first, please take this bottle of Lambrusco. It's not And some flowers. That's good. They're horrible. They will be nice. They'll be nice. I now know more about that than I have. The last thing I would like to end with, though, is that I do hope that in the future, and I can be what you would expect and hope for my son-in-law. Now, my mum. Mum, for those of you who don't know, Sophie and I, after we finished university at Cardiff, we went to live with Mum and Dad, and that was really something that was great for us. It allowed us to decide what we wanted to do with our lives. It allowed us to take a few risks, to travel and do other things that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to do. So, really supported us massively. So it's incredible and it's really appreciated. So we've also got these shit flowers. And the bottle of chocolates, not that. In fact, actually, I've completely missed. So there's going to be a joint toast to the mothers. So please, raise your glasses to Arlene and Louise, mothers of the couple. Now, it would be completely remiss of me to not take the opportunity to have one very important toast to absent family and friends. There's a few people not here today who would have absolutely loved the day. I think there's only one thing we can do, and that is to really enjoy it with every breath that we have here, to do justice to how much they would enjoy the day too. So, would you please raise your glasses to absent family and friends?
To absent family friends.
And now on to, well, firstly, we'll go to the wedding party with the ushers. So guys, you've all done really well. I think you look great. Special mention to Tom and Alex, and Sam and Scott. You've all been very supportive. It's been fantastic and really has been made it much more pleasant to have you guys around me today, making sure it did run smoothly, we could fetch and carry things, and we could get blood out of Scott's shirt together. And that was amazing. So thank you very much, guys. There are presents, but they're all coming from they're better than these. So secondly, I'd like to thank the bridesmaids. Not for the state that you left Sophie in after For those of you that haven't seen the pictures, I'll make sure I've got them and you can see it later. It's a colour I've never seen anyone be before. It is lucky though that you've just done such a fantastic job. You've all put so much effort in. The jam jars that you've all got on your tables, they've all been collected and frosted and lace wrapped around them and bits and pieces everywhere. All that's by the girls. They've helped with sticking the colour in and put it in the books that we'd like you to sign, please, as well. These are the guest books that we'll put together into one larger book later. Everything's really been helped. I know Sophie really would want me to make sure I labour the point, and thank you an awful lot. So, really, well done, guys. It's been really important to us, and thank you very much. Including my little sister, too, so well done. So, I'd like to propose another toast. That would be to the guys and the girls for all of their help, the ushers and bridesmaids.
Pardon?
And to continue, there's a few other worthy mentions, shall I say, to put it that way. Not that there aren't any unworthy mentions, of course. First, Jess and Marie. They both did a reading today. It was really important to have you as part of the big day, and thank you very much. You're good friends of Sophie and mine as well. I'm going to cycle the length of Britain with those two as well, so that's hopefully going to go quite well as well. Keep the difference now. Really good. And Marie also made Sophie's cloak or cape or whatever you might call it, so that's good job there. I haven't got one. Cal, of course, thank you very much for the many trips over to the get so stressed from the bridal boutique. It's done really well. I can't see the red wine stain. It's gone. You're fine. It's good. So we've got away with it. And lastly, all the guys who were on my stag do. We've each left a little bit of our soul in Tenerife. I took a week to recover at best, and I don't think I'll ever fully be 100% again. So, well done. So, I'd like to propose a generic toast to everybody who's helped and been part of the day. So, to all the helpers. So, and lastly, well, second to last, I need to tell you about Sophie. And, be a bit soppy and romantic now, I suppose. As most of you know, I'm quite an emotional person and wear my heart on my sleeve, so I hope it's not too soppy. You're absolutely stunning and beautiful, and you look like an amazing bride. This isn't just for today. You make me happy every day we're together. Marrying you is easily the greatest thing I've ever done. So, I can't believe how lucky I am. So, you make me a better person. I can tell you that, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. So please, be upstanding and also toast to my beautiful bride, to Sophie.
Sophie!
Now, please sit down. Hold on, not yet. There's one last paragraph, I promise. I have to thank Sam, being my best man. He's been fantastic. He's been a hero. For the stag do, he had a fear of flying. He's never flown before, yet we got on a plane and we got there. And he said, what's the fuss about? We had been telling him that for 15 years. But just a thank you. Sam also works for an alcohol manufacturer, so he's going to critique this later, which is brilliant. But that's really great. He's also a habitual liar. You can't believe a word he says. I understand he's fabricated a whole set of stories for you very shortly, and I'd like to wish you well with that. So, Sam, take it away, mate.
Thanks very much. Two notes for me, not for Nick. Nick is actually correct, I am a compulsive liar, but I guarantee that nearly 30% of this is completely true. Yes, so comes to my cufflinks, I am the best man, which if you read upside down actually says Seb Nor, which is quite fittingly Welsh for Nick's about to get slagged off. It's both an honour and surprise to be chosen for this duty, considering that I'm known amongst our friendship circle as being a bit of a social liability. I'm quite proud that I managed to get 14 guys to Tenerife and back again in one piece, and I think we've actually got a bit of a... 14! Whatever. I've got a present for Nick, just a little something from the stag do, which actually Scott, one of the ushers, helped put together, so that's for Nick, something too. I haven't actually seen the photos in there yet. I'm just as nervous as you are about it. Because it's a special day, I promised myself not to dig up too many, or any really bad stories, any bad stories from Nick's past. For example. And I'm very conscious I'm sitting next to Arlene. For example, the time that Nick watched a man in a wheelchair set fire to himself in his mother's living room. Very conscious I was sitting next to Arlene. Arlene's obviously wondering which living room was it. It's the badly decorated one in the back, Arlene. Well, the time that Nick fell asleep on a roundabout, a traffic roundabout, and Alex, one of the ushers, and I had to flip him over like a burger because he was falling asleep in the sun. But like I said, today's an important day for the special couple, so I'm not going to bring up any of those kind of things. As Nick mentioned, we're quite a long way from home today, and you're probably all wondering why that is. Obviously, it's a very beautiful and perfectly picked setting, which I think is probably all down to Sophie, I think we can agree on. But also, this is the southwest of England, which is the only part of the UK not covered by Nick's latest ASBO. Which I'm assuming the bride family didn't know about until just now, which is really sorry. Again, it is his latest ASBO. I met Nick about 20 years ago at a little school in Nottingham called Woodthorpe Infant School, which I think we've got a few guys who came in. About 20 years ago, that makes Nick about 150 in Hobbit years. He hasn't grown. The reason I brought that up is because Nick's often mistaken for one of the Hobbits, but actually he's often mistaken for the England cricket team's worst nightmare, Ricky Ponting. Obviously, pre-hair replacement. Say sorry beforehand.
I thought it was funny.
I'm nice though. One of Nick's characteristics, which I truly, truly love, is his generosity, and that's one of his many characteristics that's grown over the years. Since he was 18, he's donated a fortune to casinos up and down the country. He's been kind-hearted enough to invest about half of his net worth in Tesco own-label wines, many of which apparently the bridal party have now. And the one thing that highlights Nick's generosity more than anything else is his investment into Britain's used car industry. I don't think there's anybody else in the country that's ever paid £1,000 for a one-way trip from York to Nottingham. I'm assuming you've now learned that a Beamer with 500,000 miles on the clock can never be a bargain. And I think that car's still lying there burnt out somewhere in speaking about cars, Sophie, let's be honest, if we have to evaluate Nick in the way that he evaluates his cars, he's missing a few of the optional extras. That being said, he's got a pretty decent spare tyre on him these days. Says the fat guy in the corset. The corset that Nick bought me. So he's got a decent spare tyre. He's not particularly sturdy, but he can get you there very quickly, Sophie. I've recently stayed in Nick's lovely new house, and it's a beautiful new house, but the walls are far too thin. In fact, there are a load of things. It's pretty hot here. In fact, there are loads of things that make Nick and Sophie very compatible. Firstly, Sophie works in publishing, whereas Nick likes pubs and fishing. Sophie likes home cooking, and as you all know, Nick is a very big fan of meatloaf. Sophie is a very deep sleeper, and that works because Nick snores like a goat. Again, his walls really are far too thin. As a lot of you are aware, Nick and Sophie met in Wales, which is, I think, is only fitting that they're both going back there on their honeymoon. You did say you were going to bang for a week. Rory thinks he's actually going to Bangkok. Sophie, as Nick said, we all knew you would look absolutely beautiful. And I'd like to just want to give a round of applause for Sophie on how fantastic she looks today. So if you want to join me in that. Nick's look at casinos is the best, but it's obviously his looks come good on this particular occasion. That doesn't mean you should spend any more time in casinos than you absolutely. All jokes aside, Nick is one of my best friends, and it's been fantastic to grow up together, or at least get older together. And I'm very much looking forward to you two both growing older together as well. You're just the perfect couple for each other, and it'd be wrong of me not to say that. Shit. And I just want to propose a toast to the rest of your lives together. So if everyone would like to be upstanding, please, and join me. To the new Mr. and Mrs. Hopton, the bride and groom, Nick and Sophie. Nick and Sophie! That was about 5 minutes of Nick slating, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like to encourage merchants to accept the card, but also to encourage people's perception of where you can use it. So you think, oh, I could actually use my card next time.
Yeah, because I now know I can use it at the Thai place around the corner.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah, it was a really cool offer.
Just do it again, please.
My favourite,
just tell
yeah, I
us.
know, we're all like that. We're doing it again next November, we've got planning what we're going to do.
Oh, really?
So fingers crossed. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do a countdown on this. We're going to do a countdown on the cake cutting. Okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, count along with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cameras, this way, cameras, posing, this way.
I love this bit. This is the what do we do now bit.
Sophie, Nick, this way.
Sarah. It's the what do we do now bit.
That's it, yeah! Come on. She knows that. She does. Oh, who's going to make the floor, mate?
Well, Nick had it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the first dance of the evening. Sophie and Nick. And I'd like to make a little bit of room on the dance floor. And I'm going to hand you over to the band. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. See you later.
Okay, folks, gather around, here we go. I can feel her heartbeat for 1,000 miles, and the heavens open every time she smiles. When I come to her, she belongs. Yeah, I run to her like a river song. She gives me love, 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 love. Crazy love, she gives me love, 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 crazy love. It's human without being no doubt. Come to her when the sun goes down. Takes away my trouble, takes away my grief. I ride to sleep. You give me love, love,
you need love.